Hey everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to easily get the Frost Mantle skill in Crimson Desert to imbue your attacks with ice. This is very powerful and I'll be taking you through a quick and easy guide through the Spire of Ringing Truth, the Ether Rest, Frostbitten Paradise, and the Path of Trials areas. So we're going to first start off, this is on the western side of the map, so you're going to come over here to this section. We're looking for the Spire of Ringing Truth. Now, you may find Priscus here, who's the boss fight of this area. You can just deal with him or use Binding Flash. We can also just run straight past him because we're going to fight him a bit later. Don't forget to grab the Abyss Nexus here, and we're going to make our way inside the Spire of Ringing Truth. Now, there's a cheese way to deal with this. I'll show you guys. So we're going to run up to the top here, and this is the end of the flight. What we're going to do is once we get up into this room here, there's actually a way that we can go outside and skip this entire puzzle because you have to climb up through there. We will still have to climb a section of it, but the easiest part of it. Now, just jump out the window here, and you're going to see there's a little light white coloring there. That's where we're going to just jump up, use your force palm ability to climb up the wall a bit quicker. Now, you may not have the stamina if you don't have any ice resistance gear on you, and that's okay because you can go into your inventory, and if you got any stamina based food, that is going to help you with making it up here. Otherwise, you're just going to climb on the inside, but I would recommend just bringing a few different stamina items as there are some difficult parts of this. But once we get inside here, then we're going to tower by climbing up the ladders here. Now, there's a few ways we can go about doing this. You can use your force jump using the force palm, or you can also use the axiom force to grappling hook your way up. I prefer using the axiom force here, so just use your grappling hook. You have to have it unlocked and then just jump there. This is super useful because this avoids breaking any of the wood here. I wasn't sure if this would end up breaking, but we're going to continue climbing our way up. Now, for the first part, this is kind of the easier one. We just have to continue climbing. Watch out for these thin planks here. They're a little bit tricky, but we can use the axiom force to jump our way up here and be able to actually skip a lot of this. Now, once we make our way all the way to the top, there's going to be a bell up here. Now, you can shoot at it or you can use your axiom force on that wood there to break it, and this is going to knock it down, opening up the floor. Kind of reminds me of the Great Deku Tree of Ocarina of Time. Now, once we drop down into this boss arena here, we're going to deal with him. Let me know if you want to see a full guide to this, but Blinding Flash Finisher ended up being a really good skill alongside the Turning Slash there. The nice thing with Blinding Flash Finisher is that sometimes we'll end up stunning him out, as you're going to see here, but again, let me know if you want to see a full-on boss guide on how to take care of Priscus there. But afterwards, we're then going to proceed to the next area. This is going to take us to the Ether Rest section. So once we make our way over here, you're just going to fly across, and we're going to make our way up into this tower here. Now, this is a little bit confusing, so once you climb on inside, you're going to use the fans here, or you're actually going to climb up and activate it by using your axiom force here, left control stick on this, rotating it around so that we can get into the fans, into the inner area. So continue up into the fans here, and we're going to get into this room here where we can't proceed. We're actually going to use Nature's Grass, which is the most annoying controls for whatever reason, and then you're going to raise it up and then use your axiom force on the little circle that's on the inside. Once this happens, you're then going to be able to rotate the room around, line it up with this little opening here, and this is going to allow us to proceed to this next section here, which we can fly on up, as you guessed it. Now, there is something here that we have to look for. So as you're hovering your way up, rotate your way around the full tower here. You're going to look for a glowing core or a cube. So it looks just like this. You can actually grab it in axiom force while you're floating, and you're going to want to take this up to the very top with us. So once we get it up here, there's a spot where we can use it to finish the puzzle. There's already one that's on there. Once we got both of these electric bricks on them, you can then jump up and proceed to fly out of here. I was a little confused. I was like, what is going on? But it's actually straightforward. You're just going to run over here. Now, very important, you have to press the left trigger. So whenever you hold the left trigger, you're going to use your axiom force to hold yourself in place. Otherwise, you're going to fly off of this. So don't do that. Once we activate it, press the right control stick, and then you're going to push inwards there, and this takes us on to the next section. So we finished the Ether Rest challenge. We're now going into the Frostbitten. So this is where I'd recommend having some ice resistance gear. I will have something linked in the comments for the Frost Cursed Plate, which is a really good armor set that gives you some ice resistance. But we're just going to hover our way across. Now, this section here is another little puzzle. You can see it needs a fan, and we can press both control sticks together to go into focus mode, and then rotate that right control stick. This is the Nature Snare ability. You may have to get it unlocked in the skill tree, but you're going to want to use this in some of the boss fights later on in the game. You're just going to rotate that right control stick to keep pushing forwards, and then proceed into the Frostbitten Paradise location here. So this one is also kind of confusing. We're going to be using these laser bricks here. Now, if you end up messing this up, make sure you grab the Abyss Nexus here, because it is very, very easy to mess this part up. What we're going to do is grab the bricks. Don't do what I did here and end up getting electrocuted and flopping around. If that happens, just reload the map, and you're going to want to put it down on this here to light it up. You're then going to walk into the room and press on this cube here on the floor. This is going to open up the bottom area where we're then going to grab the rectangular brick here and then punch it into place. This is going to set up, there's actually a few steps that we got to do here in this. So once you move that, we're then going to pick up the cube that is right near the little platform there. You're going to take it and set it down on the other light, which is a little bit closer to the entrance here, still in the basement room there. This is going to power this up so that we can proceed forwards. And this is actually kind of important. We don't want to get hit with this laser beam, so just jump off to the side here. Now, this is where we need to get 2 of them. As you can see, we got 2 big orbs. You're going to press this down and put it facing towards the wall there. So you can see we're going to be putting that there, putting the cube into this position here. Make sure that is facing towards the area that we just came from. And you're going to move all the way down to the end of the hall and go back to where we started from. So once that cube rotates into place, it's going to light this up, opening this wall, which lets us take this cube back, which would normally let us proceed into this room, but we don't have it because we can just literally walk right back. And then we're going to press it right down there. Now, again, pressing these is going to be very confusing and annoying. Take the cube off there so that our original one comes back. Get electrocuted by it 100 times, because I know I did. And then place it down in place. So we're going to have them both here. This opens up this door, which leads to another confusing area. There's going to be a rectangular brick again here. You're going to want to grab onto it and make your way here. You will have to rotate it to fit it through. So yeah, put the square in the circle hole there and pull it out. You're then going to put it into this little battery spot, stomp it into place, and then we're able to proceed through this here. So it's going to give you a teleporter, which takes you up to the top room again, where we do have to press this down. So you can basically crouch and you can punch the ground. That way you can jump into it. This will then proceed and take us to the Path of Trials, which is the last area that we got to go to. So then we're just going to fly our way across here again. Using the force palm jump there can be very useful. Now this part is a little tricky, and it was very dark at the time that I was playing it, so you may want to wait till daytime to make it a little easier to see, but you're going to fly your way over to here. I'm just going to include the entire thing here. I thought I could press down on that because it looked like it, but you're just going to fly your way up. Beautiful view, I can imagine. We actually do get some really nice locations. I'll show you how to get the flame one next. I'm working on that. I got it all filmed, but we're just going to continue to fly across. It's a little annoying to make our way over here, but yeah, you're just going to want to follow along with what you see here, and this will take us to the final section. Again, this may be cold, so make sure you do have some cold resistance food or gear, which will make this a lot easier. And then we're just going to fly up, and you can see the light beam there to the right-hand side. I rotate my camera a little bit. That is where we're going to be flying to and dropping down, which will take us to the next area. So this is the final one, and it got very dark for me. So again, reloading can be a good idea because it makes it so much easier to see. But what we're doing here is we're going to climb across. There's little floating things here, so you can use your force jump. You may be taking damage. There's a lot of torches that we can actually light, and there's one right here to this little section I just floated to. So feel free to light that up if you're taking a lot of damage, or just bring yourself a lot of food. And then we're going to proceed our way into this room here. Now, don't step in the lava. This will kill you instantly, so we do not want that to happen. What you're going to do is you're going to proceed through to here, and it's going to have this nice glowing thing. It's at the end of that room. You're then going to pull out the brick here, which is then going to activate and let us proceed to the top part here. So you may slip on the ice there. Make your way up again. Do not step in the lava, and make your way out through the top of the door here. This is another confusing part where there's a frosty core here. You can shoot it with a fire arrow, or if you just don't have those on in your stock, you can then just drip it into the lava here. It is a little finicky, so you will have to play around with it. Once it starts glowing blue, you know you got it active. So then we're just going to go ahead, jump on it, stomp it into place, and then we're going to left trigger, make sure you don't knock yourself flying, and punch this to activate it. And if this is all said and done, we now have ourselves the Frost Mantle skill, which is a very powerful one. It lets you parry attacks, and you can also put this on your turning slash and your other attacks.